Thank you, longtime subscriber Ragnar, for teaching me how to drink unsweetened tea. I've lost a lot of weight because of that, and my diabetes has plummeted. I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to another edition of Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, I'd like to thank you for tuning in from wherever it is in the world you happen to be. Those of you who are tuning in for the first time, we talk about biker club stuff most of the time. And we're on at 10-ish every morning. Not always exactly at 10, but somewhere thereabouts. Monday through Friday, if you're not getting the notifications, that doesn't mean that we aren't on. I suggest that you delete the subscribe, unsubscribe, and then resubscribe and hit all of the bells, the notification bell and everything, so you can get everything we get. Let me tell you something, folks. We haven't talked about some of these subjects in a long time, so I think it's kind of cool, and I think it's kind of cool to talk about some of this stuff. And we're going to look at several subjects around motorcycle club politics. So that's why this one is called Motorcycle Club Politics and Bullshit, Video 1. But we're going to probably do a lot of these videos to try to help you to figure out ways to navigate around the bullshit of dealing with people. So this could be church politics and BS, Video 1, or Boy Scouts politics and BS, or the deacon board, or the folks on the job, or any of that. Because when you have people together, you have conflict. Conflict comes from greed, jealousy, self-doubt, low self-esteem, not wanting to see someone else get ahead. All these things. All of these things can go together to create the strife you see in the social construct where people get together. And motorcycle clubs are no different. They should be different. We expect them to be different. We ask that they be different. Why? Because there's an expectation of family and brotherhood in a motorcycle club. There is an expectation that you're going to treat me better than you treat someone else out in the street because you're my club brother or sister. And because of that, you're not going to show your ass. That's the expectation. The expectation is you're not going to talk about me behind my back. You're not going to get in meetings where you down talk me, and you're going to give me a chance to defend myself because we're brothers. The expectation is you're not going to go behind my back to the other club brothers and sisters with shoddy ass information and half-truths and mistruths because you're my brother. The the thought of the the thought of the lure of the club is that I'm going to have some people that are going to always have my back no matter what. You're not going to say, well, to hell with him, throw him to the wolves because we don't like what he's doing. There's an expectation that what you're going to do is always look after me. And if we got a problem, we'll handle it together as one. But if we but we will always put together a united front in front of everyone else, the world. So these are some of the expectations we have that for many of us are not met. Just for a second, Incom had their meeting this weekend, and Hellfighter Steve said it was a really great weekend. He's going to share pictures. If you share the pictures, Hellfighter Steve, I'll make sure to put them up on here. As a matter of fact, we can have you and some people on, and you can talk to us about Incom and what happened. Get your Incom folks, and we'll put together a show in a couple days. And somebody said here, let me find it real quick. Somebody said something that I thought was interesting to include. Okay. Let me move forward because that's not what I thought it was. And that's somebody who asked me about can former cops be in a 99? That just really depends on the bylaws of the 99%er club you're in. Yeah, former cops can be in 99%er clubs. Some of them depends on the bylaws. Some clubs don't talk to cops at all. You can't be in at all, period. And some you can. So anyway, one thing you're going to find is if you become a motorcycle club superstar, you become a superstar within your organization. You become one of those folks that always gets something done, that can always be found moving something forward, that can always be found bouncing the ball towards the hoop. No matter what the adversity, that when you get involved, things happen. When you find that you can start making things happen that nobody else can. When you find that you can do things in the MC that become legendary. If that person should ever become you, there is a warning, a caveat that comes with that every person in an MC should know. Motorcycle club superstars have very little love within the MC. There are some people in your motorcycle club that people neither like nor hate nor even notice when they walk by. There are people in your club like that. Nobody likes them and nobody hates them. Nobody's got anything wrong with them. No one's got an issue with them. In fact, if they disappeared tomorrow, no one would really notice whether they had come or whether they had gone. These guys they're just there. But then there are the guys that you either love or you hate for various reasons. Some are just buttholes and you hate them. Others are getting a lot done and folks are jealous of them or are afraid of their accomplishments, afraid of their power, afraid of their influence. Some brothers are so influential just in the way that they move that their influence carries more weight than any title around them because of the things that they have done. So if there's a guy who is the architect superintendent of bridge building, and you're a guy who doesn't have any such title, but you've built 100 bridges, and he went to college and he got hired in a job and he's the architect of bridge building, and you're sitting in a meeting and you're both talking. And people all of a sudden start asking the bridge builder who's built 100 bridges but has no degree. They start asking him questions, and they start asking the architect of bridge building questions. But the architect of bridge building has only built 2 bridges, but he's the chief architect. And so you're sitting in the meeting with all these contractors who have been contracted to build these bridges, and the guy without the title starts saying, well, now, in sandstone, you're going to be dealing with this. And then in whetstone, you're going to be dealing with that. And then in if you got these gradients from this kind of rock structure, you'll be dealing with that. Now, if you've got water coming off of the bridge, you're going to have to dry your basin out and build you some side pools where the water goes. And the architect says, well, that's not true. And he reads something, he quotes something that comes out of a book that he's read. And the bridge builder guy says, you're right about that. However, what we find is that, and you might not have seen it in that book, but what we find is that certain structures will over time, when that book was written, we didn't have 100 years of knowledge behind us, but now we know blah, blah. And all of a sudden, people start listening to the bridge builder more than the architect of bridge building. You can find in the so-called expert, the title dude, the dude with the star on his chest. Sometimes you'll see some anger out of that guy. You'll see some dirty stuff from him. The first thing he's got to do. So there are a few people, there's kinds of people in life. There are a few people there's some chief architects that'll look at that guy and say, damn, you're knowledgeable. Man, how do I team up with you to make sure that every bridge I build, because I've only built 2, every bridge I build is so hardcore because I got a dude like you. How can I do that? Other guys will hate that man. They hate him for his knowledge. They hate him because he knows how to get things done. They hate him because he knows what he's talking about. And they hate him because his influence is way bigger than their title could ever be. I'm in charge of this project over here, and I can call the architect of bridge building, who's built 2 bridges, or I can call this dude up, and I'm calling him for advice. And the architect of bridge building finds out because he's got to come certify my bridge. How did you know how to do this? A Black Dragon told me. Now, these 2 guys work for the same organization. They're in the same club. What does the architect of bridge building start doing? He starts trying to eliminate this man's influence. He starts trying to eliminate this man's ability to speak. He starts trying to eliminate this man's, he will try to, you've heard the term, cancel. He will do what he can to cancel that man out. This is where you see the cancel culture. This is where it comes from. And it happens in motorcycle clubs too. You may be someone trying to do it. What's worse is this guy that has this title actually within the organization may have the power to cancel the superstar. He may have not only the power, but the ability to spread rumors and spread lies. And we've seen it. I mean, you guys who closely follow the whole pandemic and the whole vaccines, this, that, and the other. In a lot of cases, you had people that were very qualified as doctors to give out information. You would see the establishment start to cancel them, even put them in jail, kick them out. Today they were an esteemed person that wrote in all the journals. Tomorrow, not a journal will print a damn thing they write. This is the BS politics that happens, and it happens in clubs. And the thing for you, as a person that's in a club, the thing for you to do is find a way not to fall for that BS. Is to find a way to elevate yourself from falling for the okie doke. How do you do that? When you're inside a club and you're getting hit with backstabbers, a lot of times it's going to be one or two or three or four people who have decided to attack your credibility, to attack your credibility at every turn. Every time you turn around, they're on the phone to somebody about you. They're in a meeting with somebody about you. They're sending somebody a screenshot of what you said. They copy down your conversations. They screenshot your text messages. They actually go so far as to record your phone conversations. Now, as an astute club member, how do you know when you're encountering these kinds of people? You know that you are encountering them when, and dig this, you know that you're encountering them when everything you see about them or you hear about the person that they're talking about, that person is never included in the discussion. The person will never be there to defend themselves. The person will never have an opportunity to discuss a counter viewpoint. I've seen it in motorcycle clubs where people will actually fall for this so tough that they hate a person that they've never even met. Is there someone in your motorcycle club that you absolutely hate, and it's not because of an experience you've ever had with them, but rather it comes from people whom you trust and love? They couldn't lie to you. That's my best friend. He would never lie to me. Wouldn't that be interesting to find out that perhaps they had? This idea that you could actually dislike a person you've never met, that has never done you any harm, that you've never ridden 1 mile with. Especially like if you're in a national club. So you're in the New Mexico chapter and you don't like a guy in the New York chapter. And this guy in the New York chapter is a guy you've never even met, but you hate him. It seems crazy to me. Does it not seem crazy to you? Looks like we've got some sort of error going on in our chat thing. So my chat is not updating right now. So I haven't heard from you guys in like 9 minutes. I think I'm talking to myself. But it looks like you guys are trying to talk. It's just that the chat is not reloading. Let me see if I can bring this up on another screen in terms of that's really crazy how the whole chat is like I'd have to reload everything to make it happen, and then I'd disappear. So I trust you guys are talking to me. I see somebody here has said something, but man, I hate it when the technology fails us. But we still continue forward. So what do we learn from this? We learn that motorcycle clubs are just like any place else in the world. They are full of people who, for whatever reason, people have fallacies. People have weaknesses. Let me bring this up real quick and put it on. Yeah. No, I think maybe I can see your. Yeah, I think I can see your comments now because this thing here is just terrible. So I'm bringing you guys up on another screen so I can see your comments. But if you're making comments on Facebook, let me see if I can bring that up as well. Man, I hate it when this just really sucks. But hey, we have a way around it. Let me catch up here. Hold on, I got to put this on. There we go. Now I can check out everybody's comments. There we go. T. Allen says, I hate seeing the ones who grow hate because someone hates them, but they never met them, all because someone else hates them. All right, good. Hey, what's up, Spider Woman? From Mara Motorcycle Club, the Black Sabbath, she says, good morning. I'm glad I'm my own person. And man, that speaks volumes. I'm glad I'm my own person, because being your own person is something that I'm going to get back around to. But it doesn't matter. Like, I can talk about Spider-Woman, the godmother of the Macon chapter, and a person who has done just enormous things in the MC for our MC in terms of sticking for the MC and then making things happen and being there for us and riding that motorcycle, riding her motorcycle across the United States of America, and the sucker caught on fire. People who do things and make things happen will always have to be concerned with that hater in the club that does whatever they can to cancel those people. And then when you're a club superstar, and what is a club superstar? A club superstar is just that. Somebody that develops a competence at making things happen. Sometimes legendary, almost like Moses. I often think of No, just why is it that Moses didn't get to see the promised land? And I was told because he pissed God off when he threw the tablets down. I beg to differ. I think he didn't see the promised land because of the haters around him. Hey, man, you throw the cane into the rock and blood comes out, and man, you send a plague up on the people, and you do all these incredible things. You part the Red Sea. Well, actually, God did all that, but he did it through you. You get everybody in the land over across the Red Sea and on their way to the promised land. And mofos are having meetings about how screwed up you are. They forget. I could have done that, man. If I'd have had that staff, I could have parted the Red Sea. God don't like that dude, man. Don't buy it. That's a bad dude, man. Did you see when blah, blah, blah happened? And it's a interesting parallel. It's an interesting paradox, rather, that happens in the human equation. So motorcycle clubs are not immune. Motorcycle clubs are not immune to this. No. These backstabbers are good. They're very, 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 very good. They're charming. They're like Satan, smooth, slithering, smooth tongue. They're very good at making people look bad. I often look at all these national presidents of these major clubs. You ever notice what happens to them? Almost all of them are out bad some kind of way. It's like, man, you come national president of one of them big clubs, especially one of them big diamond clubs, the clock starts ticking on how long it's going to be before they call you a snitch, how long it's going to be before you're in prison, how long it's going to be before you're out bad. The clock just starts a ticking. You ain't never had more enemies. And most of them come from within your own organization. What is it? It's politics, man. And if you're new to the MC world, if you never really dealt with, I'm not a politician, especially motorcycle club guys that have been just 100 the whole time. Hardcore riders, hardcore dues payers, hardcore participators, hardcore hanger-outers, hardcore protectors of the MC. Then someone goes, that steady dude right there that's been around 8 years, we need to put a sergeant at arms patch on him. We need him to be a sergeant at arms. And then his life in MC politics began. And that's the moment he knew he effed up. All of a sudden, you went from that cool dude that everybody liked to, especially if you want to try to do your job for real. You went from that cool dude that everybody liked and everybody was hanging out with and everybody understood and everybody loved. You went from that cool dude to the dude they start whispering about behind their back. T. Allen says, Black Dragon, they always say to be in an MC club, you have to have thick skin and wear your heart on your sleeve. Bro, man, to be in MC club politics, you got to, in any politics you're in, but you better have a few things. One, you better be self-aware. You better have a strong sense of self, which means thick skin. You know, if you can imagine, and I know I'm going to bring up someone a lot of people hate, that no one that hates has met, but a lot of people hate. Let's bring up Hillary Clinton. I mean, can you imagine how thick her skin must be? If not, she would have walked off a mountain and killed herself by now. Well, hell, even Donald Trump. Can you imagine if the horrible things they say about him really got under his skin? He'd have walked off a mountain by now and ended it all. How do you go forward in the face of people that call you un-American and things, attribute to you just like the most how do you survive? Politics is a dirty, nasty, mean, evil game. It's a tough game, especially when you care about politics. Blood Eagle said, I threw away my tent because it said Hillary on it. It didn't even have the Clinton. It had the Hillary. Oh, Hillary? Hell no, I can't have that tent. Oh, my goodness. And it's okay for Blood Eagle to hate Hillary like that, but what if Hillary let that get to her? Oh, my God. Blood Eagle just threw away a tent because it had my name on it. Oh, my gosh. You wouldn't be able to make it. But I tell you something. As a person that has been at the highest level in club politics, I don't care how tough your skin is. Eventually, it's going to get to you. Maybe for 15 minutes, maybe for a night, maybe you cry, or maybe it puts you in the hospital, laying on the shrink's table, shrink's couch. Maybe it gives you maybe you got to have a heart stent surgery. Maybe you have to. I mean, I don't give a damn. Eventually, it'll get to you. Tiana said politics can lift you up, but also take you under. Absolutely. Absolutely, it can. And what takes you under about it is the nature of the backstabbing. Ghost Eagle says, I got tougher skin on my balls than most do on their whole body. That's a lot of information, Ghost Eagle. Maybe TMI, but we're glad to know that yeah, that's all right. So how do you deal with it? We spent 34 minutes talking about it. Spent 34 minutes identifying it. We spent 34 minutes recognizing the fact that it's there. Good morning, Seth Squatch. But how do you deal with it? How do you recognize it? How do you know that it's happening? So if you're a person in a club, one of the interesting things about clubs is clubs get divided up. Clubs are divided up by the people that are the movers and shakers and the folks that are making the rules. By the people, they get divided in half into the people that really don't care about all that. I'm having fun riding my motorcycle. I'm doing my thing. I care less about the BS and the politics. Clubs get divided by those two schools. And so you have a group of people who really don't know what the hell's going on. They turn around, they see stuff happening, and they're like, wow. So one of the things that you notice is if you see a whole lot of stuff coming out about somebody, but you never get to see that person get to defend themselves, that's when you know the BS is going on. That's when you know the slant is in. When people have had the communication lifeline withdrawn from them, and the only folks you can hear from are the negative folks, that's when you know the fix is in. What the hell's going on here? Every time we hear about this guy, it's always something negative, and there's never a competing narrative. In every organization, it is thought of as fair that a person gets to represent themselves. A person gets to face their accusers. A person gets to speak out in a public forum against somebody that's accused them of doing something nasty or untoward. A person gets to stand up for themselves. If that ain't happening, then you know the fix is in. Ghost Eagle said, yeah, Instagram banned me. The fix is in, bro. So the other thing is, when you see that, when you get called to a meeting and a bunch of people are talking negative about one guy, there's something you can do about it. I've talked about this a lot. You can hang up the damn phone. You get a call back, hey, bro, did you get disconnected? No. There is an expectation of family in this club. There is an expectation of fairness and an expectation of right. And there is an expectation of brotherhood. And you're not being very brotherly right now. This stuff that I see what you're doing right here, this is not only not brotherly, this is BS-ly. And I won't participate while you tear that man down. I won't participate while you have eliminated that man's voice. I won't participate until you call his ass up on the phone and we all get to talk. And he gets his fair share of time. The things that you accuse this brother of, like, man, it's amazing to me when I hear people whisper about somebody that stole money from the club. I heard, he's got a new house. Interesting. But you never get to hear, nobody ever asks him at the table, hey, how'd you get that house, bro? Most of you people are afraid of the table. Most of you people are terrified to go to the table. It's true. Most of you folks are so afraid of the table, you don't know what to do. Good morning, Brother Goose. Most of you people will never go to the table. You won't confront somebody at the table. No, you like the snitch machine. There's more power in this phone than what the lunar lander had on it that went to Mars. You can take video of people. You can, man, this thing will give you your biorhythms. It'll tell you what your heart's beating at, navigate you around the world. This is a bad move. Most of us can almost not live without it. Some of us have to have a couple of them. Some of us need 3 or 4. And this thing destroys relationships. It destroys people, and it destroys the MC, depending on how you use it. You could also use it to build relationships, build people, and build the MC. Just really depends on how you use the damn thing. You can use this for good, or you can use it for evil. You can use this to build your MC, or you can use it to destroy it. You can use this for MC politics, or you can use this for MC good. This thing is like a lightsaber. Flame on! And this right here, this thing is just how you, man, the stuff you guys do with this to destroy lives. The stuff you guys do with this to destroy lives. Pablo Sluggo said someone once made a claim exactly like that when I bought my house. Said I skimmed money that from a charity for the club. How did that feel, man? How did that feel, Pablo? To have somebody say something so dastardly and evil. Said I skimmed the money from a charity that was netting $12K a year tops. Okay. He said, someone said, what he's basically saying is that charity couldn't have bought one room in the house that I have. The house that I bought, that charity couldn't pay for one room. Not even for one door in the house that I bought. And that's kind of Pablo's point. Like you said, I skim money from a charity that top that top 12K nets, 12K a year net. It netted 12K a year tops. But people believe that. People believe that. I can remember once when we had a club house, and only about 7 or 8 people of the 24 people that we had really could afford to pay dues every month. Excuse me. So those of us that could afford to pay dues found that we were paying, our dues were like, I don't know, $25, $30 a month. Well, there's no way you're going to pay for a clubhouse with 24 people just paying $25 a month. So the rest of the money's got to come from somewhere, either liquor sales or food sales or car washes, or some of the members are going to be paying more than their fair share. So when you get to a point where you got 4 or 5 dudes dropping $500 or $600 a month each to cover the bills of the club, and then somebody that pays $25 a month in dues every now and then, comes walking up to you talking about you stole something. Boy, you want to knock a person like that clean out, man. The hell you talking about? But it happens. It happens because of jealousy. It happens because of ignorance. It happens because of all of these things that are part of the social construct. So how do we get past it? How do you refuse to participate? Here's the hard part. Goose says people you don't know talk about people like they've known them for 20 years. Especially when they're getting that from somebody else. You know, we put a lot of influence in people that we care about. We put a lot of trust in people that we care about and people that we know and people that we like. If we like somebody, we almost don't vet them. Whatever they say is okay. I like them. They must be okay. And we trust people. We trust people in the club that are that we trust like they can't lie, like they can't do anything wrong, like they can't make a mistake. We're just crazy about who we trust, like a woman who continues to trust the same kind of dirtbag dude that puts a baby in her belly and walks off and leaves it. Next thing you know, she got a same kind of dude, different baby. What the hell is wrong? Well, we trust, and we shouldn't trust. Who was it that said trust but verify? Was that Khrushchev or was that Ronald Reagan? That was somebody. Trust but verify. You should get in the habit of verifying whatever your brothers say. There's nothing wrong with verify. It doesn't mean that I don't trust you. I'm going to verify. What does Spider Woman say? I'm glad I'm my own person. Trust but verify. Pick up that phone. Man, they said you did A, B, C, D. No, A and B were right. Well, what the rest of what they told you was really kind of they kind of slid that up a little bit. Here's what I did. You can't go on one side of the damn story. Well, you can, but you ain't going to like it when they do that to you. I promise. Black Dragon, what about these clubs who pay dues and don't even have a house and still have to pay for things like trips, gas, rooms, tickets? Man, stop telling the truth around here. Stop that, man. Oh, my goodness. They got to pay for gas, room, tickets, and all of these things. And what's kind of funny about that is, you know, they got to pay for that on mandatory runs. They have no house, but you got to pay for things like gas, trips, tickets for parties. That makes you say, what am I paying dues for if this club isn't doing anything for its members? Man, that is in so many clubs. T. Allen's just writing the book over here. I wish I could just copy his comments and put them all in my next book. Somebody asked about Pillow Talk. When Pillow Talk and outside people are affecting the reputation of a club member or something like that. Dante Riddle was laughing at my sound effects with my phone laser. Hey man, you know that stuff was good. Money and blood don't mix, so it sucks when it has to be part of the brotherhood, i.e. dues. It is tough. So one of the things I got to tell you folks is you got to trust but verify. You've got to be absolute in this second thing, and this is the hardest thing. The second thing I'm going to tell you is the hardest thing for you to do. You ready? You ready? You sure? Because this is the hardest damn thing. You got to speak up for the oppressed. You got to speak up for the downtrodden. You got to speak up for the brother that the club's not being fair about. Yes, it's going to mean that all the eyes now turn to you. Yeah, that's the price for speaking up. There's a price to it. He's spitting fire on the things with dues and paying for gas, hotels, and events. It's not there for some to borrow. Hey, listen, Roger Watson, my brother from many years ago, Dago Sumo, out of San Diego, California, came to visit me yesterday and brought his wonderful, beautiful daughter, his 11-year-old. And that's why I have to always remember not to curse a whole lot because people's children are watching me. And she wanted to come meet the Black Dragon, and they came to the Dragon's Lair, and we had such a good time. And I just thank you for visiting me for Father's Day. Man, you can make me cry. Hold on. Thank you for visiting me for Father's Day, and thank you for bringing your 11-year-old here to the Dragon's Lair to hang out with me. Man, you guys just don't know. To have somebody's child think that you're special. I want to meet the dragon. Man, baby. So you know you got a new adult in your life watching your behind now. So we're not accepting no bad grades and stuff. I'm be right there with your daddy. But I appreciate you guys coming to see me yesterday and spending some time with me last night. It was so amazing, and it just uplifted my world to have that 11-year-old here. God, I'm so blessed. She was struck. Now she wants to write a book and steal Brutus from me. Well, you know, we just lost Braveheart. I don't know if I'd be able to make it with Brutus gone too. But I will help that child write her book. I will publish her book when she writes it, and you know that I will. So let's continue to encourage her to do incredible things. Black Dragon, you crossed my mind more than once yesterday. I hope you were properly honored by your family. Oh my gosh, yes, absolutely, and by other families as well. And so many of you sent me these Father's Day, Happy Father's Day things. On my phone. I just don't even know how to thank you all so much for all my happy Father's Days that I got. I got these little blue things. I could just do this, and everybody said hi to me yesterday. Man, everybody. So thank you so much, world of folks that listen to me out here. But yeah, man. Listen. The hard part is standing up. Standing up for a besieged brother. Standing up to the powers that be. Standing up to the so-called experts. Standing up to the so-called folks that will pull away from your brother or sister the rights guaranteed by the bylaws because of some BS policy or BS stuff that they're trying to bring down the pike against that brother. And they are able to do it because you sons of bitches sit quiet because you don't want to make a scare. You don't want to be the one who draws the ire. You don't want to become the one they're picking on. So you sacrifice your brother. Well, you didn't do it. But by sitting quiet, you allow the BS to go forward. Hey, Daredevil said, and then after having a great day, you got to talk to me. Wow, you had a great day. I did. Brother Devil, talking to you helped to elevate me. I always, because I always get the download on some of you brothers. When y'all call me, it's like pow, pow, pow. And you guys be like, oh man, nice to talk to you, Black Drag. No, I'm not pow, done yet. And I love my brothers because they take that from me, and I am truly best. I have to head to work. Thanks for letting me hang with y'all for a bit. Hope Monday treats you well. Thank you, Sheila. Happy Juneteenth. This is a holiday for many people, Juneteenth, as you guys may know. Well, what the hell is Juneteenth? Well, it just so happened that Juneteenth, the Emancipation Proclamation happened several months ago, many years ago. And for blacks in the South who were slaves and stuff, they didn't quite get the memo. They didn't get the memo till later, sometime in the middle of June. Did they actually find out, well, wait a minute, you mean this wasn't on the internet? that we're free? Ha! Bro, we're free! Yeah! We're free! Yeah. So Juneteenth is the celebration that black folks have in the South, which actually celebrates the time when we found out that we were free. And today is like the holiday that some people get. Like if you want to get something done on Amazon today, they celebrate Juneteenth. You ain't getting it done till tomorrow. So anyway, happy Juneteenth for those of you who don't know. June 19, T. Allen, you're right. But it gets celebrated sometime in here. The holiday, if there is one at your company, is normally the Monday. June 19th is the day we were liberated down here in the South. It's the day we found out. Is when slavery ended in Texas, says Ghost Eagle. So anyway, wow, Dante Riddle says, the crazy part is if you do not do the research, the last slave was not released until 1942. Dante, you just blew me the hell away. Holy moly. I feel very screwed up right now. I did not know that the last slave was not released until 1942. I didn't know that. I'm going to go look that up. And boy, you just put me on a whole, wow. Okay. Wow. Rob Benjamin says 1865. That's crazy. I didn't know that at all. But I'm going to trust but verify, I tell you that. So anyway, sticking up for your club brothers and sisters are very tough. It's going to be tough, but it's how you stop backstabbing. It's how you stop character assassination. It's how you stop the cancel culture in motorcycle clubs. You refuse to be part of it. You refuse to be a party to it. You refuse to be part and parcel. You refuse to stand by while that happens. Even if they're going to turn on you. Even if you're going to become the, oh, well, that's Pablo's boy. You don't want to be labeled as Pablo's boy because now everybody's going to pick on you. Is it not worth that for you to ensure that your MC operates properly? When I was in the Navy, I always like to have a Navy story. We had this thing called tacking on people's crows. So the crow is the eagle that in the Navy we got this eagle, and then we have our chevrons under it or whatever, and this makes us a, you guys might think of it as a sergeant or a master sergeant or something like that. We call them petty officers, and most people are, familiar with Army and Marine Corps insignia. So you have first sergeants and command majors and stuff like this, and in the military we have petty officers. In the Navy we have petty officers and chief petty officers. But you got this eagle that sits over here, and we call it a crow. And whenever you advance in rank, some of your bros that were of that rank when you go from E4 to E5, the guys that are already E5s, when you get this new rank on you, they come and they punch it. It's called tacking on your crow. And I don't know if this is still a Navy thing, because I hear they've done a whole lot of stuff to get rid of hazing. It's absolutely hazing. If you were that guy everybody hated, these SOBs would use that time-honored tradition, because really when you tack on a person's crow, you just go, congratulations, brother. Welcome to the world of E5s. And it's a rite of passage for someone to come and cement your crow on. But the way it's done respectfully is like that. The way assholes do it is they have a couple guys hold you and they swing back to Mars or Jupiter and try to break your damn arm off. Now, the crow is not the only thing that gets tacked on. Also, your special warfare and designator, like you Army guys and stuff, and, part-time military folks might have jump wings. Like anybody couldn't jump out of an airplane with a parachute. Like, give me a break. Anybody could do that. I'd probably jump out without a parachute. I mean, how hard can it be to fall out of an airplane? Or maybe you have your wings or something. Like that was hard. But we submarine sailors have something that's really hard to get, which are dolphins. Those are hard. I don't know about the rest of the stuff, but those are hard to get. And they would also tack these things on. Come and, how your wings or whatever, wings or your surface warfare pin, which is, that's another thing that, surface warfare. Come on, stop it. But anyway, they had these surface warfare pins or jump wings or whatever the other services have. We had dolphins, and they would tack those on too. The problem with the dolphins is they had little pins in them. And if you hit them hard enough, the backs would come off those pins, and then you would see a guy with blood just coming down his chest. And Straight Jacket called them blood wings. So maybe they do this in, T. Allen says, I still have the holes in my chest and shoulder. Straight Jacket says, oh, no, he didn't. Yes, I did. Yeah, you would have holes. I think I might even still have some. So the proper way you tack on is, welcome to the submarine force. If you got a bro that a Straight Jacket says, anyone can go swimming, Black Dragon. The key in a submarine is not to ever swim. But, the proper way is little tack or whatever. But how an asshole does it is they put you up against a wall and somebody swings back from China and tries to break your chest in two. And if you're a tough guy, you jerk, I can't wait. I'm going to get you. I don't know when, I'm going to get you. But there were guys that people didn't like on the submarine. Nerds or something. Guys who didn't get along well guys who got the so-called code red. And those guys would be mercilessly tortured. And it was something that it was easy to fall into. Don't nobody like that sucker anyway. But nobody likes that person anyway. But this is a good way to punish them because I don't like them. And I'll never forget that one E4 who made E4. And oh, by the way, anyone higher than you can tack on your crow. And anyone who's had dolphins before, and officers ain't supposed to do this to enlisted. Enlisted ain't supposed to do this to officers, but we did. Especially, if it's somebody that you liked or respected, but if it was somebody you hated. And I'll never forget, they had this kid up in the fan room beating the holy hell out of this child because nobody liked him, and they were going to use this dolphin tacking on ceremony. And he's trying to stand there like a champ while these idiots are breaking his chest wide open. And I remember walking in the fan room when I saw this big A-ganger blast this kid, and I tried to break his whole damn jaw. And now I got the whole fan room on me. Oh, what's wrong with you, Bunch? You always want to... Hey, bro, it ain't happening. Ain't not another one of you SOBs going to touch this kid. And if you think you want to do it, you can come through me first. Oh, it's a time-honored tradition. Not the way you're using it. I heard you guys practicing, getting ready to do this to this kid. It ain't happening. No sirree. No sirree, Bob. You become not liked as the guy that they were going to pick on. It ain't easy doing right. It ain't easy taking up the side of a person that everybody finds it easy to hate. Don't sit around like the other people. And I had people come up to me, man, I'm sure glad you did that. Well, what about you? Why couldn't you have done it? I got there late. The kid was beat half to death by the time I got there. You were there the whole time. Straight Jacket said Blood Wing promotions aren't supposed to be, oh man, it disappeared, aren't supposed to be torture. It's supposed to be a rite of passage and an honor tradition. If it's used properly, my friend. And I imagine the wings are done the same way as the dolphins, even though ours are harder to get. It's my show. But it's not supposed to be that way. And what you do to stop that is you stand tall for your brothers and your sisters. And when you're standing tall against the MC, it's very, very, very tough to become as hated as the guy everybody hates. I do it with a passion. F you and what you think. You're not fixing to screw over my brothers and sisters if I can help it. Derek Watson says the key to a parachute is like a rubber. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Amen, man. Vernon Powell, a submarine sailor like myself, also known as Bolo, Doing what's popular isn't always right. Doing what's right isn't always popular. You should always do what's right if you have the strength to do so. Listen, folks, that's an hour, and that's my time. I've really enjoyed being with you this Monday. Having a heat wave in America right now. Jesus Christ, it's hot out there, bro. Shh. Oh my gosh, Hellfighter Steve said he had hell riding over to Incom over there in Tennessee. So holy moly, bros, y'all be cool out there. Gas prices are heating up, and so is the economy. And so are tempers on the biker set. Folks acting a damn fool, hurting each other, shooting each other, killing each other, beating each other up. If you got some bros out there, do your best to stop them before they do something that's going to get them put in jail forever. Remember, what do they say? Something is the better part of valor. You guys help me out. Oh man, I just had it. Something is the better part of valor. Thinking through it. Thinking before you do it is the better part of valor. Come on, you guys know. You guys know everything. President Devil says it's cold up here, bro. About to put a hoodie on. Discretion. Thank you, Auntie Squirrely. That's Squirrely. Discretion is the better part of valor, my friends. My people know everything. Discretion. Discretion is the better part of valor, man. Live to fight another day. Keep your brothers alive another day. Use discretion. And as an Army helicopter gunman, it's common to pray you survive the crash. Man, I got so many military guys on here. I want you guys to know I'm proud of you all. I love you all. I'm so proud of all of my military cats here that we found motorcycle clubs to be in. I'm just so proud of you guys, man. Helicopter gunmen and heroes and things. Let's bring that to our motorcycle clubs and show these guys how it's done. Well, that's my time and my 2 cents. I'm always very proud to have my club brothers on here. My former submarine brothers are on here. People that I shared the 7 Seas with are on here, continuing to uphold me and push me forward, even all these many years since we've been in the military. But they're still here. They're still in my life. They're still side by side with me. The Master Chiefs and Chiefs and bros that were with me in the trenches still follow me on my social media, and I look up and there they are pushing me forward. My club brothers are there pushing me forward. My brothers and stuff that I've known since I was a prospect, like Dago Sumo, still on here pushing me forward. I am a blessed man. I want to say thank you. We're still looking for Braveheart, and we're trying to find him, man. We're trying to find him. I look for him every place. This morning I had a dream, and he was in my arms, and I woke up and he wasn't there. Ooh, that was tough. Miss my little dog. People out there are having a hard time in the world. Help anybody that you can. From tug fleet to submarine, we will always be brothers in arms. We always will, T. Allen. Thanks for tuning in. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Check me out on TikTok. Okay. Black Dragon Biker TV on TikTok. Check me out on Facebook. Check me out on Instagram. Check me out on YouTube, here on YouTube. This is my home channel. Also, we have the, what's it called? The Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos is, of course, our online podcast, which is simulcasting right now. Go over there and download my stuff. My books, order my books, the Prospects Bible, the Sergeant at Arms Bible, the President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership, and the Public Relations Officer's Bible are all available on Amazon and Kindle. And you can get your autographed copies from me at blackdragonsgear.com. We will have the first audio version of President's Bible out here pretty quickly. I think I got about 3 or 4 more days on it. I just finished chapter 5 yesterday. What do you guys think here? Let me play a little piece of this. Check this out. This is the President's Bible. No, Prospect's Bible. Let me play a little piece. Check this out. You have done all that you can do. You have given your all and love the MC for all that you are worth. Hold on, let me back up here. Tell me, what do you guys think? MC's vest back patches will contain a club logo, the name of the club, and the letters MC, and a possible state, province, or other chapter identification. The vest and the patches themselves are collectively referred to as the colors, or cut, a term taken from the early practice of cutting the collars and or sleeves from a denim or leather jacket. There are many motorcycle riding clubs and other groups. What do you guys think? I mean, like, really, I mean, I'm doing my own, man. I'm doing my own audiobook. We'll see. We shall see how it comes. Very interesting, I can tell you. Aunt Squirrely says, remember to hit the like button before you leave. Get the books and that sort of stuff. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in and get skinny. I love you all. And I will see you tomorrow, 10ish. And we'll do something else. Same bat time, same bat channel. All right. Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, here. Let's check this out real quick. You know, I've been talking about my hero soap. I wanted to show you guys. Here's my empty bag of my hero soap. I actually use this stuff. I'm going to do a commercial with me in the shower. You guys will like that, won't you? Won't you guys like seeing me in the shower? I'm going to have a model with me. You know, some sort of maybe 2 or 3 models around me. I don't know if you guys remember the commercials that used to have Joe Namath in them. Great balls of comfort with Noxzema. You remember those commercials? Are you guys old enough for that? Where he had these models around and he's in the shower and he's got this Noxzema cream. Yeah, so I'm going to do me some, you guys want to see me naked, right? So anyway, this Hero Soap Company, I use this stuff. They sent it to me. I used it. And it's awesome stuff. And what I like about it, and you know, I'll just be kind of cool with this, is that it's manly. It smells good. They got all kinds of soaps. They've got lavender and all these kind of manly smells. Peppermint tea tree, peppermint cool, spearmint. The woods. They have body washes now, which is new for them. They didn't have the body washes when they first contacted me, but they got them now. What I like about these folks is that they give a percentage of their sales back to charities that are focused on helping veterans and first responders. So that's, they say, we want to thank you for helping us support our veterans. So if you, and first responders, so if you buy some of this soap, they're going to send, you can get a subscription. That's the other thing. You can get a soap subscription, like you can get a razor blade subscription. And if you buy their soap, a few things happen. One, they send, you get some soap to wash your ass. They get some money, that part of it they're going to give to veterans and first responders. And if you use the discount code Black Dragon, which is what we're hoping you use, they will give a percentage to us as well, which helps keeps the show supported. So good on them, good on you, good on us.